Making money is hard. There is no question about it. And as creatives, I think it can be even more difficult. We feel like we don't have what it takes to actually make money. We've been told our whole lives that, what we do is just a hobby, right? Screw all that noise. Like today I'm gonna talk about 3 ways that I've used as a creative to make money. And these are gonna take time and effort, right? None of this comes easy, but these are things that actually worked a little faster for me than others. And I think literally if you walked out the door right now and started putting time and effort into these 3 things, really planning them, really getting strategic with them, then you can make more money per hour than you probably do at your regular job. That's not even a joke, but it is gonna take time, it is gonna take some effort, so let's dig into them. Number 1, I want you to think about planning a live event. Now this may be something that if you're like a musician, this is something you already do, right? But I want you to think a little outside of the box. Let's go a little left to center here. If you're an artist, you're a creative, you're a filmmaker, photographer, whatever that is, this is something where you can really not only make some money, but put yourself in a situation where you're starting to build a network and you're starting to build some authority in your space. So I'm gonna give you 3 quick tips on how to get started on this thing. Number 1, just keep the thing small. Keep it as small as it needs to be. Keep the event space small. Don't let more people in than needs to be there. And the second thing, and this seems like it should be common knowledge, but it's not. Give yourself at least a month to promote and plan. I'd say 6 weeks if you can, like a couple weeks to like get your ducks in a row, and then a good 4 weeks to just be pushing it out there, trying to get people to show up, okay? And then number 3, I want you to think about making it special. What can you do for the people that show up that makes them feel like you thought about them? What can you do to the event space to make it feel more like an event? Who can you bring in that's like a professional in whatever area this is to make this feel a little more cool, a little more authentic, a little more valuable to the person that's there? The second thing is teaching. Now this is not a new one, but I am gonna give you a couple tips that I think you probably haven't thought about before. I think teaching comes down to 2 specific things. People are either afraid to do it because they feel like they're not ready. They feel like they don't have the skills mastered enough. To be a great teacher, you just have to be a few levels above somebody else, okay? The second thing is that people just don't have an audience, or they don't have a way to kind of find new students. And so I'm gonna give you a couple quick tips on both of these things. So if you're one of those people that feels like you're not ready, I want you to understand that you have a unique and valuable skill set that nobody else does. I guarantee it. And if you don't, if you're just like somebody else is teaching this, the thing that makes you unique is actually just you, like the way you teach it. The way I teach business compared to somebody else is different, right? The way that I teach growing an audience is different from Gary Vee or somebody else, right? So you just have to remind yourself that your approach is what makes you unique. You gotta lean into that. Now, if you're on the side of not having an audience yet, first of all, you're in the right place. We're gonna do a lot of talking about building an audience on this channel, so please hang out. But what you can think about is just go and find the people. Like use a site like Meetup and put a meeting together of people that you think could use your services, right? So again, if you're a photographer, you can put together a meetup of other photographers and then give a free lesson at this thing, and all of a sudden you've got yourself a potential or opportunity to hand out your card and offer your services to somebody. And number 3, you want to ask your audience what they need. If you have a built-in audience, I want you to go into your Instagram or on your YouTube channel, wherever you put things out on social media, and ask them this question: where do you find yourself struggling the most? And then I want you to wait for them to answer. Just give them that one question, and when they answer, I want you to send them a direct message and say, what do you think would help you to overcome that struggle? And all of a sudden it's going to start to open up your eyes a little bit as to where you might be able to serve them better, where they may need your skill set more, and what skills you might have that then could be paired with their need. From there, you can start designing something around that skill set, be it a course or mentorship program or some sort of one-on-one consultation situation, whatever it may be. Again, we're just giving out ideas here on how you can start to think differently, think left of center on the way that you've thought about making money. You're not just selling your art anymore, you're selling your services, you're selling your knowledge, you're putting yourself out there in a way that you're developing and building more authority, so that then as you build more creativity, both sides start to work together, and when they do that, you're going to diversify your revenue streams, and you're going to make a lot more money over the years. Listen, I want you to make money doing the thing you love because you deserve to make money doing the thing that you love. It's my mission to change the way that creative people see their worth, and I want you to know that your creativity, your skill sets, your knowledge is worth a lot more than you're giving yourself credit for. You just need to step out of your comfort zone and start putting in some work, and you're gonna see some results, right? Now, as you're putting this stuff together, you're probably gonna see that there's a whole crap load of tasks, and you don't know where you should start. You feel like, okay, I now have all these things I need to do, but if you're like me, you get that shiny object syndrome, and then you're kind of dead in the water because you'll put the wrong things first. So I have a video here. This is going to eliminate the question of where to start. So check out this video, and I'll see you guys over there.